Last time on the Dawn's Obsession, Yuna woke up trapped in a mansion she never asked to enter. The man who took her? Miho, a Mafia heir whose wound she'd saved, and whose enemies now wanted her dead. She discovered her entire life had been a lie, controlled from the shadows. In the library, while rebandaging his injuries, their walls cracked just enough to let vulnerability slip through. They shared pieces of their broken pasts, finding unexpected understanding in each other's darkness. But then, security breach. Someone was watching. Miho's response was cold and absolute. She doesn't leave the third floor. Trapped in a gilded cage with a dangerous man, Yuna learned the target on her back was very real.
And now?
Everything is about to explode. Day 3 in the mansion, and Yuna is unraveling. The walls are closing in. Luxury means nothing when you can't choose to leave. She's pacing, restless, desperate. She demands one thing, to call her mother. Miho considers it, weighing risks against her sanity. Finally, he agrees. But there's a condition. Supervised call. Yuna's hands shake as she dials the number. When her mother's voice comes through, weak, tired, worried, Yuna's heart shatters into pieces. She has to lie. Has to say she's fine, just busy with work, staying with a friend. Every word feels like poison on her tongue. Her mother asks when she's coming home. Yuna doesn't have an answer. When the call ends, she's left staring at the phone, wondering if her mother heard the lie in her voice. Then comes 4 a.m. on what should have been a quiet night. Alarms scream through the mansion like banshees. Footsteps pound through hallways. Guards shouting, moving with military precision. Someone has breached the perimeter. This isn't a drill. Miho storms into her room without knocking, his face hard as granite. Get up. Now. No explanation. No time for questions. He grabs her hand, and his grip is iron as he pulls her through corridors she's never seen before. Secret passages. Hidden doors. This mansion has layers she never knew existed. He brings her to a panic room buried deep in the mansion's core. Steel walls. Security monitors covering every angle. And a weapons cache that makes her stomach drop. This is real. This is his world. She watches him load a gun with practiced, terrifying ease. Every movement is muscle memory. This is Tuesday for him. This is normal. Somewhere in the mansion, gunshots crack through the air like thunder. Yuna's whole body starts shaking. Fear has her in a chokehold. She's a nurse. She sees what bullets do to bodies. And now those bullets are looking for them. Miho pulls her close, his arms a barrier between her and the violence outside. I won't let them touch you, he says, and his voice is a promise written in blood. She looks up at him, trembling.
Why?
You don't even know me. His answer is simple, devastating. You're here because of me. That makes you my responsibility. For the first time since being taken, she feels something other than anger toward him. Something complicated. Something she doesn't want to name. The all-clear comes after what feels like hours, but is only minutes. Guards eliminated the threat. A rival gang member, captured, now being interrogated somewhere in the shadows of this mansion. Miho takes her back to her room, and she should feel relief. But instead, fear has evolved into something sharper. She grabs his arm before he can leave. What happens when they stop coming alone? Miho's eyes are dark oceans, deep and dangerous. Then I end this war. Day 5 brings something unexpected. Miho asks her to have dinner with him on the rooftop terrace. She's immediately suspicious. What angle is he working? But curiosity wins. She agrees. When she steps onto that rooftop, she stops breathing for a moment. Candles everywhere, their flames dancing in the Seoul night breeze. Expensive wine, probably worth more than her monthly salary. And the view. The entire Seoul skyline spreads out before them like a blanket of stars brought down to earth. He's trying to make this bearable for her. Trying to give her something beautiful in the cage he's built. They sit and he does something she never expected. He apologizes. Formally.
Sincerely.
I'm sorry your life was destroyed because of mine. She doesn't let him off easy. Are you really sorry, or do you just not want to feel guilty? His answer surprises her. Both. And she laughs. Actually laughs. A genuine sound that's been missing for days. It feels strange in her throat, like she's forgotten how. The wine flows, and their walls come down brick by brick. He asks about her dreams before all this chaos. She tells him about wanting to open a clinic in her hometown, helping people who can't afford fancy hospitals, making a real difference. After this is over, I'll fund it, he offers. She shakes her head. I don't want your blood money. All money in my world has blood on it, he says, and the truth of it hangs heavy between them. The wine has lowered her defenses, or maybe it's the candlelight, or maybe it's the way he looks at her like she's the only real thing in his world of shadows. He reaches over, tucks a strand of hair behind her ear, his fingers lingering. You're beautiful when you're not glaring at me. I'm still angry at you, she says, but her voice has lost its edge. I know, he murmurs. She kisses him first. It surprises both of them. Her lips on his, desperate and intense and complicated. It's wrong and it's right, and it's everything she shouldn't want but does. When she finally pulls away, reality crashes back. This doesn't change anything. I know, he says again, and his eyes say he wishes it did. Morning comes with regret and confusion. She wakes up in her own room. He must have carried her there after she fell asleep. There's a note on the nightstand, his handwriting sharp and precise. Meeting today. Stay inside. M. She stares at that note for a long time, her mind a battlefield. She hates him for trapping her. She hates him for controlling her life. But she can't deny the electricity that runs through her when he's near. And that's the most terrifying thing of all. Later that day, Mr. Kong brings an unexpected visitor. Park Jae-sung, head of another crime family, supposedly an ally. He's offering to help end the war, to bring peace. Miho is suspicious, but he listens. In their world, alliances matter. Meanwhile, Yuna is going stir-crazy again. She's sneaking around the mansion, bored and restless, when she hears voices coming from Miho's office. She moves closer, staying in the shadows. Park Jae-sung's voice cuts through the air like a knife. Give me the girl, and I'll handle the rival faction. Yuna's blood turns to ice. She's being traded. She's a bargaining chip. But then Miho's voice comes, cold as a winter grave. She's not a bargaining chip. Park pushes harder. She's a nobody nurse. Trade her for peace. Miho's response is absolute. Get out of my house. You're weak, Park spits. Your father would have made the deal. The sound of a gun being drawn is unmistakable. Miho's voice drops to something deadly. My father is dead. I'm not him. Leave before I kill you myself. Yuna stands frozen in the hallway, her whole world tilting. She's not just a prisoner anymore. He's protecting her at the cost of an alliance, at the cost of peace. She's become something he won't sacrifice. After Park storms out, she steps into the office. Miho is standing by the window, tension radiating from him like heat. You should have made the deal, she says quietly. He turns to her, and his voice is fierce. Never.
Why?
I'm nothing to you. He crosses the room in 3 strides, stopping inches from her. You're not nothing. He cups her face in his hands, and his touch is reverent, dangerous. I've killed men for less than what they wanted to do to you. This is insane, she breathes. I've been here a week. I know. I don't care. The question that's been burning in her chest finally escapes. What happens when this ends? When I can leave? His eyes search hers. Do you want to leave? She doesn't answer. Because she doesn't know anymore. And that terrifies her more than anything else in this nightmare. Before the moment can shatter, Mr. Kong enters with news that changes everything. The rival faction leader wants to negotiate. They've agreed to Miho's terms. Miho's confused. What changed? Mr. Kang's answer is stunning. They heard you rejected Park's offer. They respect strength. The war is ending. Because he chose her over peace. Because he valued her life over an alliance. The impossibility of it all makes her dizzy. That evening, they meet on the rooftop terrace again. Sunset paints the sky in shades of fire and gold. Miho's words are careful, measured. You're free to go. I'll have guards protect you from a distance, but you can return to your life. Yuna looks out at the city, at the normal world she used to inhabit. Then she looks back at him, at this dangerous, complicated, impossible man who turned her world upside down. What if I don't want to go back? Hope flashes in his eyes, quickly hidden. Then stay. As what? She challenges. Your prisoner? He steps closer. As mine. No cages. No locks. Just mine. She should run. Every logical part of her brain is screaming at her to run. But her heart? Her heart is singing a different song. You're dangerous, she says. I am. You've ruined my normal life. I have. I should hate you. You should. She closes the distance between them, rises on her toes, and kisses him like she's claiming something precious and forbidden. When she pulls back, her voice is steady. I don't. 6 months later, everything has changed. Yuna walks through a bright, newly opened clinic in Busan. Children play in the waiting room, their laughter filling the space. Her mother sits at the reception desk, volunteering, healthy and smiling. Outside, a car pulls up. Miho steps out with flowers in his hand, and Yuna's heart still skips when she sees him. Some things never change. She introduces him to her mother. Mom, this is Miho, the man I told you about. Her mother smiles knowingly, seeing what her daughter tried to hide in phone calls. They walk out together, his hand protective on her lower back. In the car, she whispers, Your enemies? Handled, he says simply. Permanently? Do you want details? She shakes her head.
No.
Just promise me we're safe. His hand finds hers, fingers intertwining. Always. The car drives away towards Seoul's glittering skyline, carrying 2 people who found each other in the darkest circumstances and somehow built something real from the wreckage. Sometimes the most dangerous thing isn't the life you're trapped in. It's the one you never want to leave. Before you go, hit that subscribe button if you're loving these intense romance stories. And here's my question for you. If you were Yuna, would you have stayed with Miho or returned to your normal life? Drop your answer in the comments below. I read every single one. See you in the next story.